She's kind of an up-and-coming YouTuber. Kind of
Kinetic Kel?
Kinetic Kel. Why, you know her?
Welcome, class, to today's lesson on how not to take the L online. Please turn your books to page 234. We're going to start by discussing Boblax and the BPD lie. I think that mistakes are truly only irredeemable in two cases, and that's when, 1, they lead to a spiral of excuses, rewriting history, or just outright lying to avoid responsibility, and B, when people blame mental health struggles or other external personal adversities when something blows up in their face. I know. I'm sorry. I feel like the Boblax thing has kind of been beaten to death, but I'm here to spit on the corpse. So Boblax, for anyone that doesn't know, is a 300k YouTuber who recently came out as a gender non-conforming individual. His pronouns are he, them, so if you hear me using them interchangeably, that's why. Up until recently, was exclusively known as the Twitterverses guy. Now, I guess the name is kind of self-explanatory, but he would just take both perspectives from internet drama on Twitter, screenshot them, read them aloud, boom. Poofed up a comfy upper middle class income just by doing that shit. But that was not enough for Boblax. They wanted more. They had a dream. See, their heart yearned for the notoriety and prestige of being recognized as a niche internet celebrity. And it didn't help that some of his peers like Nicholas Diorio and Augie RFC were starting to gain more respect in the scene while he was just the gets rock hard for Sonic and Twitterverses guy. And while he's certainly had people's attention for the past couple of months, to his dismay, it's exclusively because his fame is infamy. Although there were always cracks beneath the surface that would later be unveiled, from what I gather, people's general issues with Boblax were that he constantly paraded himself as an incredibly impartial channel, yet acted in complete contradiction to that self-characterization at every opportunity.
So Boblax has made a few apologies. He made a final one on December the 1st. He tweeted out, "Earlier this year, I had a mental health crisis that I let get out of control, hurting many of my friends in the process. I let my worst tendencies and paranoia bubble to the surface and was too stubborn to accept advice of any kind despite asking for it anyways. I was really just wanting confirmation bias for my own feelings at the time. I did start seeking professional medical help late in July, but instead of letting myself recover after starting to get that help, I was again very stubborn and pushed ahead, ignoring all warnings that I needed to chill out before continuing to make drama content. My psychotic rant to Nick from July was the catalyst to me realizing something was horrible."
It's not that you felt morally obligated to update him so he knew you were alive and well. You were asking him for rent money. Let's not get it twisted, you know?
Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
Very special welcomes to my guests. Do you guys want to check out your channels?
Yeah, it's just a channel now recording, and I'm also on Shot from the Point every now and then too.
We've got Cope and Seethe, and I'm also a co-host for Now Recording.
So it's my understanding Matt is better versed on the early Himpleton, and Beckett's better versed on the later happenings. So Matt, do you want to kind of give us community general consensus on things, or where did you kick off his channel?
From what I remember with Himpleton is during the whole Mama Max drama last year, Himpleton kind of started popping up in the community, and it was because that he had done a video on Mama Max, and he was a former Mama Max fan who was slowly trying to expose Mama Max himself before the Nicholas Diorio and all the other stuff was happening. He was the one that was basically exposing Mama Max. I wouldn't say he was a notable figure on Lyrics' live stream, but he was definitely coming on a lot to help with the Mama Max.
Himpleton released a video called Pomnigate, which was going over kind of like the Elsagate stuff, but with a different cartoon series, where he was saying that they were making loads of sexually explicit content. During that, he shows a thumbnail which he claims is child porn. It's it's clipped. He did censor the video, but then he sort of sulked off and whatever. And then the first opportunity he got, he tried to have Queeman on to debate on the same side as someone called Flamenco. He's sort of hated in the community for good reason, basically talking about a content creator called Tiger and whether he was the lolicon. This was clearly a setup that Himpleton was pulling, and that was the first inkling. I think that's one of the first times I'd ever really discussed Himpleton with anyone, because I called Queeman about it. I was like, what's your take on this guy?
The way you explained it was really funny, because it was hey, you want to debate, bro? And Queeman was I don't know, I guess. And he's all right, cool, your partner's flamenco. We're meeting tomorrow.
That's really accurate, actually. I gave him the advice on another content creator called Romantic Goblin, that Goblin was a liability. That basically she was a liability. If he kept interacting with her, eventually she'd cause problems for him. Then he went to Goblin and posed it. I think his exact words were, "A ton of bigger YouTubers are telling me to cut you out." off, or they'll make up rumors about the Discord. It was just a fucking lie, and it got back to me, and it got back to me through multiple groups that had heard this fucking rumor being spread. And I was obviously very, very fucking pissed off when he did this. Aiden wanted to do a fireside chat with Himpleton, which would have been his 7th one or something. So I jumped on stream, and then he was like, no, I'm gonna get Himpleton in the call, I'm gonna get Seethe in the call, and started this call up. But the reason that happened was I just released a video on the Cinebear group and the shit that happened there. But in that, I took a load of shots at Himpleton. So Himpleton freaked out because suddenly there was a video taking shots at him, and he didn't know what to do. He sent me an apology. He copy and pasted that apology and then sent it to Seethe.
Do you guys think people like Himpleton deflect onto mental health issues and trauma when they are confronted with their behavior?
I think it's just like a habitual thing a lot of people do in this community. A lot of people in this community are mentally ill, and they use the internet as an outlet to get all their issues from the real world out onto the internet. They have a hard time keeping a guard up. When something goes wrong, their instinct is to kind of use their issues. I guess it is manipulative. I guess it would be if you're in a relationship, you and your girl get in a fight, and then you go, well, no, look, I'm bipolar, babe. Come on, I got my issues. My mom used to hit me, stuff like that. I've interacted with so many people in this community that are just like that, so it's normal to me. It's been normalized, so I'm just kind of used to it.
I think we don't bully people enough, and bullying needs to be done early and often.
These people that blame mental health, deflect, grasp at straws whenever they're under fire, they think they're throwing whoever they need to under the bus to save their own ass. But you know who it really hurts? I think we all know the answer. Ready, class? All together. That's right. It hurts the people that can't take that long, hard look in the mirror and take accountability. I've been Kinetic Cal. Thank you so much to my guests, Matt Pitt, Beckett, and Solskibidi. Solskibidi is probably so stoked to be on this lineup right now. Subscribe if you feel like it. Ooh, so cringy.